Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Hi guys, I'm Allie Elliott. Welcome back today to my stream. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do today, so it'll be kind of all over the place. So I'm going to do a creative edit of this. This has obviously been traditionally edited already, but I'm going to do something a little different just to kind of play around and keep it fun. And then I'm going to do a marketing palette. If you are a small business owner, if you're just getting off the ground, or if you're ready to rebrand, or if it just has you've never been able to hone in on making your marketing cohesive, this will be a little tool that can help you have some clarity in whether or not something fits in your marketing. Hey, LB and Clever Soul, glad to have you guys. So I'm going to do some a marketing palette, and then traditional edit on this, and then keep working on this because I like to get away from this a little bit and then come back to it. Just because I get bored easily. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my marketing palette just because. Okay, I actually think that I'm going to do landscape. Whoops. Didn't do anything. There we go. What's everybody up to today? So I've got this out because I wanted to use this. That is an absolutely, you know what? I'm constantly trying to get people to go out and see people in person. So you're ahead of the game. So I wanted to use something with a little sparkle. But we're gonna go gold. There we go. How is everybody tonight? So let me see. The first thing I want to do here is oops, that's not it. You know what? I might do that though. It's beer bottles, not friends. You know what? It's okay. Where are my eraser brushes? This one I'll do. Because I'm not on that one. Whoops. All right, so my colors are hold on. I got distracted. then, what are my colors? Okay, this one's gonna be pink. So give me a tagline for your movie, for your life. That's what I need to know now. I was looking at the taglines for my favorite movies, just because I think that's funny. And that's supposed to be your tagline for your life movie. Okay, so my 3 colors for my business are pink, gold, and black. Not necessarily sequin, but and then my words. I'd do like a gray. And I'll also move it where I can see it. I like that font. Treasure or treasured? I don't know what I want to use. And heirloom and lavish. So I'm going to save this because I want to. So those are my 3 words and 3 colors. And I could get into the psychology behind all of them. But that is what I want to make sure that my foundational marketing encompasses. So I'm going to print this and have it at the ready when I do my marketing plan, when I fill in the holes on my marketing plan. I obviously already have it done, given that it's April. And then I'm going to do a traditional edit here. Actually, do I want her head or just... Roll on. There we go. I think I just want her head. Those of you that are photographers, do you guys have marketing plans? Come on, man. I think I know the answer because nobody ever does. When I go on my speaking jobs to motivate small business owners and I ask if they have a marketing plan, that's when everybody starts avoiding my gaze. It makes life so much easier. Oh, a little nugget. Okay, I was way off on this one. Maybe for a tiny head. There we go. No marketing plan. I know it. That's always the answer. Or somebody will be brave, and out of like 100 people in one of my classes, I'll get like 1 or 2 hands. And then if I ask if they use it or they actually have it written down, then they're like, just lower it slowly. My marketing plan involves a pullover and a box of crayons and Arby's beef and cheddar. Well, if you're not a photographer, then what are you for that marketing plan? Because that's the bones of most marketing plans. Ew, Arby's. I don't know why I find Arby's so gross. No offense, Arby's. I mean, that's kind of offensive, so I get it if you're mad. I also don't know what extent of a marketing, but I just want, like, I think that's why people don't do them, because it's a little bit intimidating to have like a whole year's worth or a whole 6 months worth or whatever. But just have the bones of what your plans are seasonally, I think works best, because you can adjust, obviously, and you should adjust as life events and current events and everything changes your direction. But just have it on paper, what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Foundational marketing, and then your spice, your unconventional marketing too. So that it's not because I think a lot of people wing it. They're like, maybe I'll just put some flyers out, or maybe I'll just post. Because I think social media makes it really easy to just kind of wing it. The only options are be a professional photographer or not be a professional photographer. I don't know what you mean. I guess, yeah. You are one or you're not one. The only options are be a or not be a. Oh no! Oh, okay. I see. No. I did reread it. Specials, mini seasonal. Yeah, and like what you're gonna do if you're gonna like send out postcards, or how you're gonna post, how you're gonna present it, your email marketing. I think email marketing is probably my least favorite thing in the whole wide world. I hate it so much. It's impersonal and annoying, but you still have to do it. So that's raining. No, you can be, I mean, obviously my target is people who are professional photographers or want to be professional photographers. Because I do marketing and stuff. So if you're not wanting to be professional, then you don't care about that stuff. Does that make sense? For what I do, I don't think that's the most feasible thing. Okay, I'm interested. What do you mean? I always have trouble with this brown backdrop because I can't. I'm red-green colorblind, so I end up going a little ham on the colors. So you have to be a professional photographer to care about effectively getting your work. No. But getting it out there in like reaching the audience to come to you for marketing for galleries. And to be honest, I don't know a lot about marketing like fine art style. Like I can market for exhibition and galleries, and I can market for traditional portrait studios. And I could probably put something together for event photography, but since that's not what I do and haven't done for a while, my market is super small, and I'm even more niche, making my market even smaller. Oh, okay, I got you. What is your specialty? That's interesting. Fashion and beauty and moving into the retouching space. Very cool. Yeah, that's a whole fashion, and especially fashion is not an industry that I have a lot of familiarity with. I'd love for you to share your work if you are comfortable with that. My work as an exhibiting artist and my work as a portrait artist like almost never collide. They're such different markets. Dogs, babies, weddings, family. Oh, okay. My market is all dogs, babies, weddings, families. I didn't do that at all. Yeah, I get a lot of, do you get inquiries for those a lot? I get a lot of people thinking like that I'll just make an exception. Nope. Here, let me get out there. Can I share your work on my screen? Oh, I love your work. I'm gonna follow you. Okay, oh, where'd it go? There it is, okay. Beautiful. Editorial photographer, professional retoucher. Beautiful. Fashion photography is stunning. Like, I love the Vogue, you know. I think that's how a lot of your IG is cool too. I think that's how a lot of people fall in love with photography is under, apparently I'm not logged on. I am in a different browser. I think it's interesting that people often treat photography either only as a tool for making money or as something to do for fun that doesn't really matter. I've gone to so many people for portfolio critique, telling them exactly what I'm trying to do, and they still go into business mode. I'd rather they just admit that they don't know how to help me. I don't think that's true. I mean, there's a whole spectrum of fashion is super tough to break into. I cannot even imagine. I absolutely believe that. In any capacity, photography, you know, design, any of it. I just went right over that, didn't I? You don't think my experience is true? Okay, let me reread it. Let me check my reading comprehension here. Photography is either a tool for making money or something to do for fun that doesn't really matter. I don't have a lot of experience with people treating it as something that just for fun that really doesn't matter. But I think it's cool when people can make money doing something that they're passionate about and that they really love. And if that can be their, you know, source of sustenance, then have at it. But I think that there are a lot of people that go into business kind of haphazardly, not considering what it takes to run a business. They just like taking pictures. So the divide on business knowledge and photography is so great. Sometimes business takes the passion out of it. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true for anything, because it's like a roller coaster. You get into it because you love photography and you've got a knack for it. So you're like riding high thinking that you're going to be able to make a living doing what you love. And then you recognize the tremendous amount of work that goes into it that's not the fun part. I'm pretty type A, and I like, now that I understand it, I like the business side of it too. But it's overwhelming when you go into it for the fun part and then realize that the other stuff has to come along with it. And it's taken me a long time, but I'm finally at a place that I have been lucky enough to do a wide variety of work where I'm exhibiting that I feel like is a little more the work that I'm passionate about. And I know there are mixed feelings on competition, but that is my outlet too, to try new techniques and to really storytell in a way that fulfills my passion for it. Which that sounds so cliche, but you know what I mean. None of that is the point. Okay, explain yourself then. Autumn, my apples. I don't know if they're autumn colors or not. I can't. I can't see them. This was originally, I did this for competition, and it did really badly. And I like to blame color, but it might not have even been the color. They're orange. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's look. All right, I'm going to do a separate layer and color these puppies because I feel like her skin probably needs to be treated differently color-wise than the apples. Ooh, that was gross. Okay, so just look at the apples, don't look, or yeah, just the apples. Is that, they still look orange, don't they? I hate this backdrop. I'm never gonna use it again. I'll use it like this weekend. All right. There we go. All right, so let's just You were right. I should have used different apples. This isn't my fault. It is because I picked the wrong apples. All right. That whole thing looks weird. Maybe, okay. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. We'll just give him a little touch of that underneath color. I used to work with a guy that was obsessed with apples. Like photographing apples. I kind of get that, but maybe I'd get that more if I could see their colors. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna do the top of her skin, definitely. You hate my apples. I know it. It's okay. Definitely like the background better there. Okay. I'm rereading. Well, now I'm in too deep. I like a lot of layers, so we're going all in on this. So what made you guys go into photography? We're gonna have story time. Do you have the same story that every About Me page in the whole wide world is, where you were born with a camera in your hand and all that good stuff? What's the yellow? On accident. Okay. Didn't start till mid-30s. Is this your full-time gig? So for fashion photography, do you have to be in a specific market? Very cool. I actually started as a oil portrait artist. So I did need some of those layers I deleted. Well, okay. LA, New York. Oh, Atlanta. Okay. I could live in Atlanta. And maybe New York. we got a long one. All right. I'll read slowly so that I understand it. If I go to someone and I ask how I can improve my portfolio and get my work out there, but I don't have the goal of doing this professionally and I don't care about making money. I just want to connect with people on a personal level. Okay. Most people, assuming they have an answer, will say do this because that's what sells or attracts clients. I'm not selling or trying to attract clients. Then they say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I haven't yet had anybody give me a good answer because they only see photography as a tool for making money. That's been their only drive, and every piece of advice points to that. They simply can't help people who want to market and improve for the sake of bettering the craft rather than making money. Okay, and they try to make you more marketable and sellable. Okay, I get what you're. So what I want to know is what would your goal be? Just connecting, and I don't mean just in like that it's, like just. But like what would your goal be? Like, do you want to exhibit? Because in my experience, exhibiting is not about money at all. But more about sharing your craft and for me, it's storytelling. I just have stories that I want to be told. And that's how I tell them. So, but it's kind of immeasurable. I told you when I told you. Oh yeah, I do remember that you want to, I'm not going to be as eloquent though about the snakes, the skill gap rather than the money. But see, I think that's storytelling to want to connect a subject that has a reputation, and connect them to your audience in a different way that's less intimidating or scary or whatever it is. Am I onto something here? I think this brown is messing me up too. I feel like there's a color shift in her legs and arms. And her little bruises. I feel like, oh my gosh. There's a lot of hail outside. Oh, and this turned hem is gonna bug me. See, I feel like, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but I feel like PPA has a real place for raising the craft. I mean, they are definitely business heavy, being professional photographers, and so many people want to make a living. But there's a lot of people involved that want to raise the industry, and their career goals are more about that than, gosh, there's like artifacting like crazy. Whoops. When I said that people don't get me, this is what I mean. My art is the way I show myself to the world, connect with people. Photography is mental health therapy, and that's how I put myself out there. I'm in every photo I put into the world. Yeah, I think that is commendable. I think that's the artist's, story. That's the story of the artist's life, is being vulnerable and putting yourself out there and trying to get people pick up what you're saying. So what would your career, photography career, artist career bucket list, what would the number one thing be? I get that makes sense to me why you are not a fan of competition. That doesn't align with what you're trying to do. Oops. All right, I'm gonna change this music because it's the same songs. Chill, we're going with chill. We'll go a little bit bigger for this one too. We got lots of people on tonight. Hi, everybody. Join us in talking about the meaning of life and also the meaning of photography. This is got a little overzealous there. Oh my gosh, my brain is shaking. Here, we'll just do kind of sketch-like. Finally got my first wild snake photo of the year. Is that late? It doesn't feel late. All right, lay it on us. What kind was it? Banded water snake. Okay, I think we have those. Are they black? All right, so I'm gonna duplicate and then do some highlights. Oh, I bet there's a rainbow out there. Love a good rainbow. I'm gonna leave her little bruises on there too. It's very kiddo-esque. And her little dirty feet. And you might be able to hear my kids downstairs because they sound like howler monkeys. I blame Halloween candy. I blame Easter candy. Mid-March. Shades of brown. Okay, that's I probably thought that was the same. I think that's what we have a lot of around here. We have water snakes and we call them rat snakes. Okay, I'm gonna go bigger. Oh my gosh, they're so loud. Oh my gosh, can you hear my kids? I feel like the spring has been, at least around here, the spring has been really weird. It's been cold and wet. So I'm looking forward to, I usually like all the seasons, but we really haven't had spring yet. Okay, so I edited this for competition. Last year, no, it wasn't last year, it was the year before, because it did really poorly and I did well last year. But I went back to the straight out of the camera files for this just to see, because the one that I entered was a standing image. So I'm curious if the retouching work you do, is that fashion too, or do you get all kinds of different genres for retouching? A little bit of all of it. Oops. So I have an image going into an exhibition, a group exhibition, with the American Society of Photographers. And the first promo for that came out this weekend, which is pretty exciting. They spelled my name wrong though. I will retouch when I refuse to book. I can see that. That's kind of the fun part. Like I wouldn't mind editing a wedding, but I'll never shoot a wedding again. I never really understood what they hated so much about this, but I only can go back to the color because I've not done well. And I can see that there's something wrong with it. I just can't see what. Just got a little rash. I've become a competition judge again before I work another wedding. I got excited, like, okay, it's coming around to the competition. I'd like to be a judge, but I'm having too much fun right now competing. And I know you can do both, but I don't want to do it until I'm all in. And I'm not all in yet. Oops. The client interfacing our bulk image output the weddings involve. I don't like, for myself, I don't like any event photography. I want to set up the scene. I want to control the lighting. That's frowned on in a wedding. I'm going to burn that in a little bit. Working with people thing. And I think a wedding, like, people are never their best self, in my experience at a wedding. maybe even their worst self. Make sure I don't do like toddlers and tiaras level. That reminds me. Okay. An inquiry to respond to. Second shoot wedding's a good bit. First shoot wedding's a good bit. I just don't. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. I quit doing weddings in 2015 was my last one, December of 2015. And then I just took them off the website. The babies. I know that Twitch in general, not a fan of babies. But the baby boom happening right now, man, they're all girls too. Okay, this is taking longer than I thought. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by shooting weddings. So do you guys, are any of you people watching exhibiting artists, exhibiting photographers, or let's see. Everything's out of order. There we go. I forgot about that. Okay, let's see. Speaking of which, I'm trying to ID this juvenile orb weaver. I can't see very well. 99 sure. Oh, can I assume that's a spider? That's cool. I think your work would show really well in galleries and would show really well to galleries. Might have gone a little ham there. And her legs are looking kind of weird colors, so. Kind of a green. Alright, we'll call that a day. And then I'm gonna do a creative edit on, actually I'm gonna save this too as in my Portrait Masters. Where is that? Because I like to compete in Portrait Masters too. If I remember, they don't do, I don't think, as good a job as others as making sure everybody knows that their competition's open. I have a lot too, so probably gonna get bumped, but just in case. All right. So this was, I cannot find the original image of this. So I'm gonna have to just work from this one, which, I mean, it's high resolution and everything, but I would have liked to have gone back color-wise and changed that. Actually looks blown out. Nope. And today's bit of irony, my work has also been in Professional Photographer Magazine. When? I have been in there 4 times. So if you're in there at the same time, I can grab them right now and show the world. I'm waiting impatiently. Okay, so I'm gonna play around with just some, like, we're gonna have some filter fun. Let's see, let's try the gallery. So I have kind of in mind what I want to do here, but I also just kind of want to play around. Not really that. Not really that. Well, that's kind of fun. Ugh, that's creepy. So when the pandemic started and we were all home, I did a super high contrast of, I think it was this one, black and white, and sent those to my clients so that the kids could have coloring pages of themselves. And it was really cute seeing the results. Okay, I don't really, none of those are gonna do what I want. Some of them just make me feel like I need glasses. Ooh, that one's not bad. Crosshatch isn't bad. Remember that for me. one do we like better? I like this line. That's fun. Before I do that though, oh, what was I gonna, oh yeah. Okay, I wanna fix this because that being crooked is gonna bug me a lot. I think I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. Oh, is it a spider? Are you talking about a spider? I don't know what an orb weaver is. Okay. That sounds like, I feel like I should know, but I don't. What is an orb weaver though? Is it a different kind of web? Merge these puppies and then oh, okay. Like a bicycle. Okay, yeah, for sure. Orb made it sound like, whoops, that was not what I was going for. Made it sound like a ball. Now what am I doing? I completely forgot what I was doing here. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. Oh, maybe that's what I was doing. I shouldn't have flipped it. I'll just flip it again. My whole world is shit. I'm so sorry. My husband watched a ghost hunter show the other night when we were going to bed, and then I had nightmares for 2 nights about orbs. So there are worse orbs. Okay, that really obvious asymmetry was killing me. Okay, now we'll go back to where was it? It was in ooh, that's kind of fun. Okay, so I want to do a play on color too, and I actually wanted the background to be, you know what? Let's do this real quick. So I have an image in my head of what I want this to be, which is probably never a good thing. I don't think that. Bleh. There we go. I feel like, in the very little I know about snakes, that the rainy spring is not good for seeing them. Juvenile spiders look the same to me. So how long is a spider a juvenile? And also, how long do they live? Because I don't know. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. All right, so now let's see how this changed the filter. Okay, I do like that better. And then I'm going to different depending. Most orb weep a year. I did not think spiders live that long. Wow. That kind of looks like she just has a beard. So probably want to address that. So let's play with the color a little bit. I want, I'm gonna go back to color theory a little bit here because cool colors push back, warm colors come forward. So I wanna do some like purpley shadows. There we go. And then make sure that I have duplicates and then erase back a fair amount of this. Oops, I'm erasing the wrong layer. And I'm gonna go all the way to 100. So anything with a highlight is gonna get erased back completely. And it doesn't have to be real precise. No, wait, I want to leave just a little touch in there. And this kicker light. I'm just gonna let you guys read that one for yourselves. So I want to go back to what we were talking about before about your I don't know, your goals for your photography. Getting worried. Why? I think everybody does. What are you worried about? Are you worried about your like coordination or? Okay, now I'm going to duplicate again and do some warm, like maybe some just yellow or oranges and the strongest highlights. A neurologist and find out. Oh, that went like zombie-like. She'd probably think that was cool though. And I'm gonna lower the opacity of this one. I want blue. And I'm gonna put this above the purple too, just so that I can see what I'm doing. Eight whole viewers? Thanks, guys. Talk to me. Wait, okay. I want the blue, but I want it brighter. So we'll go back. do 50%. Everybody's quiet. All right, now I'm gonna go small. And bring these highlights out. That almost rim lighting. I do too. I feel like you might be sarcastic. Just because that's my go-to. She's gonna think this is cool though. I actually do, actually. Maybe I should say actually a few more times. That seems like a solid plan. I don't really like the yellow, but I don't know if that's because I am biased. There we go. I like that streak through there. No. All right, cool. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a layer on top and just do like some little painterly strokes. What color should I do? Should I stay in this color palette or should I move onto some different colors? It's hard to get larger eyes than this girl. In fact, you know what? I'm going to merge those and then duplicate. Maybe we could play in the eyes a little bit too, because her eyes are pretty cool. I can't help myself. I gotta get rid of this double catch light. Probably should make that a little bigger. Oh well. Oh, it moved. Whoops. I want to do red. Okay, I'm gonna take the center out so that she has some true blacks. Although that kind of still doesn't look like true black. Okay, so what color do we? I feel like it needs some warm colors. It's too much. We can just kind of bust into that dark shadow a little bit. And then go with like maybe a green for like a mid-tone. Like a darker though. Oop, got a little sloppy. Still sloppy. No, sloppy again. I wish Capture One would let me search keyword group presets instead of having to scroll. I can't speak to Capture One. I think you know that. Okay, I'm gonna use some green here to mask the sloppy cutout job I did, and some purple. I feel like the song has been on for 1,000 years. Although I can't say anything about searching for images because I have to try to remember my clients' names, when I took pictures of my kids. What year it was. Kind of want to leave the center part of her face alone. Maybe I'll do it on a different layer. If I hate it, then, you know, I think that uncertainty is what kept my paintings from going to the next level when I was primarily a painter. Let's go with like a teeny one. Oh, it's so dark. guess I was lifting my hand. I didn't feel like I was. We'll switch to blue. And then maybe yellow, like up here. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to open this back up too because that would be hard without the luxury of a client name. I'm curious, what are some of your keywords? Do you go by like the type of subject or the conditions or just everything? Let's save this. Species, location, and type of photo. What was that? Everybody okay in there? So Clever Soul, do you keyword your images or do you go by your client name? I don't know how that works in fashion. Is that to me? I have a friend that would so take your class if you taught this style or your watercolor style manipulation. If that's to me, thank you. I don't use Lightroom either. I'm an old man. I use the same stuff that I've used forever and ever and ever. I was just thinking that about myself. My organization is not good. Thank you. And it's funny because I'm super type A, organized in real life, like with tangible things, and my images are a mess. I've gotten better over 15 years, but in certain periods of time, I'm even worse about knowing, like, I'm not good with names. It's nothing personal, but I just don't remember names. So when I'm having to rely on remembering names, like, I'll have an image in my head and I'll know, even if I know the child's name or the parent's name, I have to remember their last name. So it ends up being a lot of email searching. Year, date, location, shoot. Yeah. You know what though? Like, year even, I don't think I could do it if I had to rely on year. It's not good. That was a little too much. Got a little overzealous there. Keyword, honestly, is a pretty good idea. I just feel like I'm in too deep. Year to year. I am too. I've literally never deleted. Shouldn't say that. Okay, I don't delete them, but I do move them onto a different external that isn't backed up. I have 2 years worth backed up, and I have our personal stuff backed up. But I don't back up anything. I figure if it's not important enough to buy, so I back up the purchased images and my exhibition stuff and my personal stuff. So there's a lot backed up. Okay, and before we're done here, which I'm not done yet because I've got to work on this other one, I want to see what everybody's favorite is from today. To see what, and I use, in addition to my externals, I use, oh no, I'm drawing a blank on what I use. Something burn. That's gonna bug me now, I gotta find out. Backblaze. It's not burn at all. Close enough. Backblaze. I use Backblaze, and it's really inexpensive, and they have saved me. All right, so we did. Oh, I didn't open up the marketing palette. That is just kind of some work that I had to do though. So never mind. All right, so I did a traditional edit and I did a fun creative edit. I don't feel like that's done now. Everything I do is backed up locally to a RAID tower, which itself is backed up automatically via Backblaze and OpenDrive. I back up my finished TIFFs and JPEGs manually to Amazon Drive and SmugMug. I back up on a series of externals and then backblaze. Now I'm nervous. Now I feel like that's not enough. I like that better. I'm gonna go way down on this. Operate under the assumption that if it's not in at least 3 places, 2 of which are off-site, it doesn't exist. Yes, I'll answer that for him. He is a tech heavy person. I would not be. My husband is my tech guy. I still have a flip phone. I'm so distracted by the music. It's a situation. I play the same 2 songs over and over and over. And it's all automatic except for SmugMug and Amazon Drive, right? That's what I like. I just want to not have to remember it, except for the obsessive saving over and over and over again. See, now I'm doing this where I'm obsessing over this. Maybe I like that better. Why did I change it? Oh, okay. Those can be automatic too. I do just enough to live. Okay, this is like a, okay. Okay. Now, let me get rid of that one. Okay, so I think that's done. I think that's done. That's kind of boring. The title was, well, okay, I'll show you the one that I entered that bombed. The title was Little Orchard Annie, and I thought it was precious, and they didn't like it. So, what year was that? Prefer a combination of automatic and manual. Yeah. Theoretically, I agree with that. I just not good about remembering unless I make it a part of my normal workflow, whether it's like with every session or once a week, or probably no longer than that. What was I gonna do? I was gonna show my Apple picture, my bomb. What year do you suppose that was? See, this is the cataloging thing that I'm gonna struggle with. That was probably 2020 because that year was a mess. And we only had one chance for all of PPA. Yeah, okay, so here it is. So this is the one I entered. And I think it's adorable. They don't care about that. My sister, I'll call you back. So color-wise, it looks very similar. So I don't know if I can blame the color or if I'm still just seeing it wrong. The apples do look different. And maybe she could be turned a little bit. I don't know, to be honest. Just didn't hit on what they wanted it to hit on. So anyway, we'll just work on this. So this is the picture that I'm working with, and this is what I've done so far. And it's obviously got a long way to go. But we played around last week. That was a lot of fun. This must be, I must have this huge because every time I think about this image, my computer locks up and dies. Okay. So now we're just gonna sit here and look at this, I guess. There we go. Okay, let me see how big we are here. Let's just, you know what? Let me get a little smaller. Okay, so I've mainly done the work around it. Gave them a new setting, worked on cleaning up like the scratches and the dust and stuff on their clothes, worked on the shadows. So really what's left before polishing are the faces, because the faces are a red hot mess. And we had fun last time working on the automatic filter, which did significantly better than me on a lot of stuff, but it just didn't, I think their faces are just too, you know, pixelated or whatever. And I'm gonna actually just try to clean up some of these spotty. Maybe go a little bit bigger than that. Clever Soul, do you exhibit as well? I would love to see a fashion photography exhibit, actually. Nope. How come? Just not anything that you've ever been interested in? All right, so I'm gonna burn now. Everybody going live. Good, maybe we can do a raid here in a little bit. I'm just trying to throw some shadows in there that makes sense. I'm trying to shape and sculpt the face a little bit. Been asked to before, but never really felt it was the right time or the work was right. Oh, that's interesting. actually went ham at first, but it was much more effective than what I was doing. But the markets that you mentioned having to be in for fashion are probably pretty intense exhibiting markets too. I've exhibited in New York and Atlanta, but never LA. I'm not sure what this is. That might have been, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what is going on there. I'm gonna get a smaller, and oh, more than 1% would probably be helpful. One day it'll happen when it's right, absolutely. I'm like shaking my whole desk doing this. Settle down there, Elliot. We just experienced all 4 seasons in the time I've been streaming. Oh my gosh, that scared me. New to this with no formal training, just not really in a rush. I think it's good to not be in a rush. I don't know that formal training is necessary. Probably not. That's helpful. Those shadows in there are creepy. This is like what shows up on your security camera when nobody's home. Throw some detail in his hair, that might be. So how long have you been at it? See my work in some cool spaces. Yes, with ultra high national visibility. I love that. I love my work being in magazines too. That's one of my, like, it just does not get old. All these dust, whatever is happening here. Just trying to wash those away so we can get to some sculpting. Welcome back. Oh, there's my neighbor's monster truck. I need to go a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna throw some texture in there and then, whoops. Shot a lot of files on this shoot. I'm keywording. Oh, flies. I thought you said files. Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell you one name, one fly name. I don't think. Now I'm thinking about it. Yep, I got nothing. That's too small. Yep. Just trying to block in some color. I can name several species, but 2 or 3 of them look alike. Yeah, I have no idea. I can imagine that's a difficult photographic subject, though. Extremely. I like this texture between his head and his hair, so I want to maintain that. Have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. I appreciate the chat. Have a good one. I want everybody to stream when I'm awake so that I can come chat on yours. I always wake up to a lot of notifications. I'm going to work on her face for a minute too, because just because I feel like in these images it's better to kind of just work on it for a little bit and then go back to it. So what lens do you use for flies? going to bug me, so I'm gonna do this real quick. And liquify always takes a fair amount of time. Sigma 152.8. Oh, that's interesting. Whoops. Let's see here. I can play with the pixels on this a little bit more than I normally would, just because it's painterly, so dragging the pixels around and stuff. Okay, and I want to follow her lip line a little differently. There we go. Dodge, oops. Spent a lot of time on her nose and it's still just not quite right. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oops. That's a lot. Oh, that's too much. There we go. All right, blur. A Sigma 2470. That's it. I mean, you don't need a reason. I have a Tamron. I probably would go with Sigma now. I love it, and it's served me really well. I just would try something. A depression shopper. I mean, I don't see a problem with that with lenses. never buy another Tamron lens. Oh. Yeah, I haven't had an experience with them, good or bad, as far as customer. I've had that lens 14 years maybe. So it has served me well, but I've never had any issue with it either, so. Probably needs to be a fair amount darker. I think I'm making her look like her older self. Which she's lived longer than anybody else in our family, so I'll take that. We have short lifespans. All right, let's go back to Walter here. Town sheriff. And I would say all around good guy, but he had some skeletons. My phone's busy tonight. Oh my gosh, dropped and broke 150 to 600, replaced it with the Sigma. I gave the broken Tamron to Chelsea, telling her if she paid to get it repaired, she could keep it. Tamron refused to work on it. Wow. She couldn't get it. I didn't know that. So Tamron, you can't get Tamron's fixed anywhere other than Tamron, and they won't fix it. They'll only fix it for the original. Huh. I wonder if you could find like a camera shop. I know they're not. When I started in photography, there still were camera shops readily available, but not anymore. It's crazy. So it really wasn't that long ago. Both Canon and Sigma will service gray market lenses, provided you, and they sell third party. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can't even get the parts anywhere. Oh, okay. So you couldn't go to a... So you'd have to find another Tamron lens, which given that scenario, there probably are some. Oops. I've had Nikons basically always. I did have a short stint with a Canon Rebel. That was just like when we had our first baby, and I think that's a rite of passage to have a Canon Rebel when you have your first baby, or it was in the early 2000s. Right. Yeah, not the case for Tamron. Yeah, that makes sense. Tamron Macro is under warranty. How long is the warranty good for? Did you have to buy it, or is it just automatic? I've literally never once used a warranty. I've jinxed myself. Q. Although there's no way anything I have is under warranty. That'd have to be the longest warranty in the history of sales. 5 years. I think my next, when I replace these, I'll probably just go Nikon. Maybe Sigma. But I probably need to upgrade my camera body. And that is, I don't know, they probably both, they all need to be. All right, what do you look like? There is basically no information in his eyes. I think I made his neck fatter. Perfect. What a pretty evening it's turned out to be. I think the only Tamron lens. I probably would like a good macro. Dodge that a little bit. I think 105 is a good focal length. That's something I feel like I could get on board with. There's a rainbow somewhere. I can feel it. Yeah, that's what I think. My studio is very small, so I can't have very much length, but I shoot pretty often outdoor as well. Go. Yeah. I don't shoot with prime lenses either, even though I usually like the results better portrait wise, but in the moment of the session, I like to have a lot of variety in shots that is easier to achieve with a zoom, especially with kids where you just have like kind of a split second really. might be time to let this bad boy sit, get away from it for a little while. And I went all crooked. I feel like he doesn't have much color. So this one's off the table because I'm not done with it. But should we use this one or this one as my cover for this video? I'm feeling like this one probably, just because it's a little different. Most people that only shoot with primes and refuse to shoot zooms are just snobs. Zooms have come so far, especially in the last few years. I just like ease, really. It's just what I've gotten used to. I have the same prime lens that every photographer from 15 years ago has, which is the 50 millimeter, and it's really not flattering portrait wise. It's fine for kids, but I wouldn't take a self-portrait with it. Nobody wants to see that. Is there somebody that we can, I'm gonna make an executive decision here and go with this one just because it's different than what I normally do and kind of fun. But let's see what we can do if we can raid somebody. I appreciate everybody hanging around today and the conversation. That's what I really want to see. Hang on, let me mute myself. Talk to some wildlife people. Yeah, well, I feel like for wildlife, you would really want to have different options, but obviously I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I do think that would be cool, especially certain scenarios would be really cool. If I could get past my own mental block. Let's see who we got that's live. Let's look, photography. I don't really know how to do this yet. Creative, art, who's live right now? A lot of drawing, a lot of animating. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my background music. Oh, okay. I've got to get here and copy it. No, wait. You got an ad. Okay, let me see if I can remember it. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming along and for the feedback. And that's what I love. That's what I love about Twitch, and I would love for there to be more of that. I did go to browse and I didn't find anything. Oh, okay. I'll do that. But thank you for finding somebody for me. Thank you guys for following along. All three of us, let's head that way. I will be back. What is today? Monday? I'll be back Wednesday, probably late. Maybe closer to when everybody else is on. But I'll try to stay up if anybody's going to stream tonight, and I'll try to be there. So hit me up on Instagram. I'll follow back here at YouTube, especially on YouTube. It's dismal over there. I'd really like to get to 100 so that I can have my link, my custom URL. So thank you guys so much. Here we go. Have a good one. Nope, I did that wrong. No, is there a space? What's happening? Oh, I did the thing on the wrong side. Okay. right, are you guys mature?
Raw photos, throwing away the crap, keeping the good stuff, and how to make it look better. So thanks for dropping in. Ali Elliott, thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate that. That's really awesome. Not my most gripping video gameplay. I'm not shooting zombies. I'm not blowing anything up. I'm just looking at beautiful pictures of birdies I took.
That's why you my mommy.